Hello, my friends. Good morning, and welcome to our midweek live broadcast. Last night, we finished up our October boot camp, and we always say that during our boot camps, we get to see live a lot of the changes that are taking place on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and now with the addition of expanded video features, LinkedIn continues its march to being a better social network to build your business on than Facebook. And now, thanks to the addition of video, more and more people will have their eyes on your profile. More and more people can see what you're doing. And it's really exciting. Now, there are actually two versions of LinkedIn. For those of you that have the new version, the toolbar up at the top is white. And for those of you that have the regular version, the old version, it's dark. Video is becoming increasingly popular, and more people are going to be using it. You know, 3 years ago, LinkedIn was a secret in the network marketing industry, and not anymore. More and more people are using LinkedIn to build your business, and if you're not using LinkedIn, you're behind the times. Now, everyone loves video. Facebook has been using video for years, and LinkedIn now, catching up to Facebook, are adding more and more of Facebook's features. Tonight, we're going to share some new video and texting tactics that are going to produce immediate results for you. LinkedIn is the undisputed #1 social lead source for prospecting and recruiting and business building, used by the top earners. And I invite all of you, if you haven't registered for our retreat this upcoming Friday and Saturday, you need to get there, because we're going to be introducing some new tactics for using video. And we're going to be talking about network marketing companies that have changed their comp plan and in some cases have terminated their distributors. Your competition is on LinkedIn, and you must be on it too. I promise you, LinkedIn is going to be your favorite social network. We're going to show you how to use it for free. But the truth is, you're not going to mind paying for it, because it's a legitimate business deduction, just like your auto ship. As long as you're making money, that's the key. Now, how do you make money in network marketing? You talk to people. These new video tactics, not only do they produce immediate results, but they duplicate. And that, my friends, is the big deal. Duplication. You can become a top earner in your business if you talk to enough of the right people. And so now LinkedIn has added a video feature that can connect you with Zoom, which means you can be chatting with a prospect. They decide they're interested in your business, and boom, with a click, you can literally do a Zoom meeting with them. At the beginning of the week, we heard from Francisco, who reported that last week he recruited 20 people. And they were all new. They were all new. I heard Francisco last month. He's back into network marketing. And his first week, he sponsored 18 people. 18 people. Now, back in the old AOL days, the concept, create, connect, communicate, and close, that was the concept. That was the deal. But it's so much easier on Facebook today. You have access to so many people. Today, you can search for people and find perfect prospects for your business as easy as you could reach into that bowl of candy, pull out a green M&M. You can search for people by their profession. You can search for people by the companies they work for. You can search for people by where they live. It is easy to pick out people that are interested in the business, easy to pick out people that are looking for your products, and even easier to connect with happy and unhappy network marketers. And my friends, that's what it's all about. So that's what it's all about. You want to grow your business faster? Talk to unhappy network marketers and bring them into your business. So what I'm going to do is we're going to zip over to LinkedIn. And before I do, I just want to share with all of you, for those of you that are in the October, actually let me do this. For those of you that are in the October boot camp, we're in the process of uploading the 4th session, closing the sale. Now, one of the things that you're going to find is that every boot camp is a little different. Last night, in our closing the sales session, we expanded some elements. We gave you some new scripts and expanded a little bit more on the concept of assuming the sale. We gave some scripts where after you've shown them the video, you assume the sale and you go for the close with some pretty very, very effective questions. Brand new. For the November boot camp, as soon as you register for the November boot camp, you don't have to wait until November to start boot camp. You jump into our website. Here you could register in advance for any of our daily support sessions. We're in the process of updating our social networking chatting strategies as well as our how to catch a corporate whale. Now, folks have been having outrageous success with these. You don't have to print them out. Now we've got flip books where you could look at them online. But before the end of the month, they're all going to be new with some of the newer examples of how to talk to people and how to close them. Our profile cover and LinkedIn, for LinkedIn and Facebook, not only provide you with an assortment of profile covers, but we have a training in there on how to make them yourself. Carrying over to taking motivational images and how to overlay those images with your own text, post your own. Down here, you're going to have immediate access. So for those of you that are brand new, you do not have to wait till November 6th to start. As soon as you register, you pop in here, watch October's boot camp. Create your page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them. By the time November 6th rolls around, you could already be a prospecting master. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pop over here and we're going to log into some accounts and demonstrate how the process works. Bear with me for just 1 second. Now you can notice that I have the new LinkedIn. The light toolbar up at the top. And when we come over into the chat feature, we have a movie camera. This is new. This is new. All right, now I'm going to log out of my account. And we're going to log into someone. So let's see. Okay, Eric is talking to somebody. We'll take a look at that. We'll jump into Susan's account. All right, so anybody else who wants me to look at someone you're talking to, put it in the window. First, we'll go to Eric.
Good morning, Max. How are you?
Good morning, Eric. And before we jump into your account, why don't we take a minute, or you take a minute, and explain to everybody the value of the scripts we provide them with and the importance of following the scripts.
I'd be happy to, Max. Do you have an
Do I have what? Do I have what?
do you have an hour? It's quite a lengthy explanation, but in a short version, scripts are actually scripts, strategies, copy, edit, and paste. That's what I've learned so far, and really does work. The only situation that I could see it not working is when you're talking to the wrong people. But when you're talking to the right people, it works. It's so predictable, And Max is always saying that you know what's coming next, and it's so true. But the coronavirus scripts on landing a whale, they work like a charm. It's absolutely genius. And like I said, the scripts are worth millions of dollars, and I'm really grateful that I'm able to utilize them and start to get the success that I'm having with everybody now. But that's where I've gotten so far, Max.
Okay. Well, so to shorten it down from what could have been an hour, follow the scripts. Ask questions, but pay attention to the answer. See, those scripts are a guide, and they have to be modified to the person that you're talking to. Okay, so you're talking to Sheila, so you want to know where to go with this. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. So Sheila is an operations business manager, looks like for UPS. And she's worked there for 30 years.
Yeah.
Why does she want to change?
Well, she's headed for retirement, but the conversation, in the conversation, I discovered that she has been in network marketing, and she has been a director. If she'd like to get back to that, so was asking her these questions.
Mm-hmm. See, I told you, most of you don't realize they're not going to put it on their profile. They don't always put everything that they do. But here you're talking to somebody, and she's looking to retire. And there's an industry that you can immediately move to, dramatically increase your income. Now, and continue to work with the team you've built. Now this part here, you didn't need to put in there because she's not taking people from UPS with her. She's just coming by herself, so she's not very much. What experience have you had? I actually sold Mary Kay. I was once a director, but now I'm just sell as needed. I'm not much of a salesperson. Now, what I would have done here, before you went to, well, here you did it. What prompted you to get started? I have a good friend who's a director. Okay, so you're asking what kind of income does a director make in your company? Somewhere around 130,000. Okay. All right. So you want to know where to go with this? First and foremost, you want to take the high road. Okay. We talked about this last night. Okay. Put yourself in the shoes of the other person. So if she's going to retire, if she's looking to retire, what I would do is I would come back and I would say to her, if directors make that kind of income, why not pursue a Mary Kay business and make extra income? What have you got to get? Why wouldn't you want to do that? And she's going to come back and she's going to tell you, I'm not much of a salesperson. Okay? So what you're doing is you're suggesting to her, if you jump right in and tell her about your business,
right?
Okay, it's
She's not right.
well, it's not. No, it's not that. It's just that you're not coming across as someone that has her best interest at heart.
Okay.
Okay. So she's been in Mary Kay for 4 years. She likes the product. She's still doing it. But the other thing you want to keep in mind is, why did she get into the business? Because a friend of hers told her about it. And that's the power of social media, because you can make friends relatively quickly. So the way to go with her is, well, man, that's a lot of money. Or that would be a nice amount of money to add to your pension. What's keeping you from, or why not build a Mary Kay business? Or what's keeping you from building the Mary Kay business? And she's going to come back and say, well, I don't like to sell. And that's where you would come in and you'll say, to be successful in network marketing today, it's not about selling. And thanks to social media, thanks to LinkedIn, it's possible for you to build a robust network marketing business that has a different format than Mary Kay. Because Mary Kay is more of a direct sales company. And when you get into a network marketing operation, it's different. It revolves, and it's easier to do. Would you like to know what I'm doing? You come at it that way after, and by the way, Sheila, you don't have to worry about selling, because I've developed a system. Sheila, you're going to love this. I've developed a system, and I'll teach it to you, where in an hour, tops two, I'll show you how to go on LinkedIn and find people and pick out the people in advance that in advance are looking for an opportunity, would love to talk to you, and would absolutely be interested in your business. Would you like to see what I'm doing? She's going to come back and she's going to say yes. And that's what you're going to do with her. So let's pop out of your account.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. And let me just ask you one last question. Yes. I think I asked you this the other day, but I want to hear it again today. How long have you been in network marketing?
Well, I got started in network marketing back in 98.
Okay, 98. Um, I got in 1995 for me. But if you knew about this uh, in 12 years ago.
That's a very lengthy conversation
No,
that
no,
I can
no,
go
no,
on
no, no, no.
because I have a lot.
How would you?
If I knew about this back then,
Yeah,
I'd be retired.
right, right. You'd be one of the top earners in your company.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Eric,
And
I'm sorry, Eric. I missed the last part of that. Wait a minute. We got stuck. The mute button stuck. So let me go over and look at Wesley. We will get to you. So we're going to jump into Susan's account. And you're talking to Daniel. So Daniel is looking for work. An Army officer. And he's open to work. So the donut, green donut, means he's hooked up with his laptop. I'm transitioning out of the Army after 17 years. Extensive experience as an operations officer leading people. Been doing it for 17 years. Okay, and this is all he talks about. Well, for okay, now just as a example of what you don't want to do, if we scroll up here a little bit, what Susan's been doing up to now is it's been an interrogation. No conversation, just questions. Okay? So he says, I'm looking for an operations management HR job. Okay, now, you're talking to somebody that's looking for something to do when he transitions out of the Army. Now, you've got two ways to go. Two ways. He tells you he's looking for operations. Well, what was it? You know, what is it about operations that appeals to you? Operations management, HR jobs. Well, because that's what he knows. That's what he knows. That's what he was doing in the Army. So the question would really be, let me ask you a question. What did you like about your job in the Army? What were you doing? What were your favorite things that were part of your Army experience. What were they? And he'll tell you. You look at his profile, maybe it was okay. So he's another person that looks like he's looking for work and he's transitioning out of the Army. Okay, so we come up here to the top. Managing, leading people. But you want to ask him, what is it? What is it, your favorite thing about what you were doing in the Army? So you come back and now, thank you for your service to our country. Okay, so here you had two things you could talk about. You could talk about his work, his career moving forward. You're responding to a post he made about being a COVID survivor. So what you're doing is you're taking a detour. You're taking a detour. And since you've been talking to him for a while, it would have probably been better to say, you know, I forgot to thank you for your service to our country. It's so appreciated. Okay? We need you is okay. Now, talking about COVID, you know, how did you encounter it? What was your recovery experience? It's not what you want to be talking about. You want to be talking about the transition part. Now, sometimes people think, well, you know, it's part of the business, the bonding. He made a post. I'm going to talk about it. In his case, I would say no. Okay, so he had COVID. A lot of people had COVID. Thank you for the service to our country. What are the things that you like to do while you were in the Army that would, you know, what are some of the things that you like to do in the Army? And he told you what he liked to do. So what was it about the Army, your Army experience, that would make you want to go in that direction? And so you have to understand that he may or may not be a candidate for your business right away, because if that's his direction and what he liked being in charge. You know, he was an officer, you know, like organization, and you're looking for people that, he says he likes leading people. Well, you're looking for people that like to lead, but you're also looking for people that like to train, that like to teach. So again, you're talking about the wrong stuff. You don't need to be talking about this. Okay, so let's move. Let's go back over and look. Okay, Wesley, we're going to pop into Wesley's account. And Wesley, you're talking to... Now, Wesley, you'll notice, has the old LinkedIn. Dark toolbar up at the top. Doesn't have the camera. Doesn't have the camera. Well, I'm going to just kind of take a peek down here. This was yesterday. 1, 2, 3. 3 people on Monday. 1 person on Sunday. $13 people on the 17th. And then your next attempt at reaching out to people, one on the 12th, on the 8th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Wesley, if I was your upline, this is what I would say to you. Well, let me unmute you, okay? Good morning, Wesley.
Good morning, Max.
So let me ask you a question. Why are you in that work? Why are you in your business? Why are you in this business?
Hey, to free up some time, Max. To free up some time, and to retire.
Okay.
Stuff. But I've been reaching out to folks, but it's just been. So.
Well, listen, you got a heavy duty job. Okay, no question about that. You're working for the city, and they can drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, you got all kinds of.
I got to get on. I got to reach out to more. I know I got to reach out more, and I have been, but.
No, listen to me.
Yeah.
Your financial future, the speed that you're going to be able to build a business so that you can retire is determined by how many people you connect with, how many people you talk to, how many people you show the business to.
Right.
Okay? And so that has to become such a burning desire. Okay? A burning desire that somehow, see, it's harder for people that are working, that have jobs, that have income coming in. But if you weren't working, okay, if you didn't have any income coming in, the urgency would clearly be greater for you, okay? I mean, because your financial survival depends on the number of people you talk to. Well, your financial future in network marketing is determined by how many people you do this on a daily basis. You know, if you've only got, let's say, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, find the time to reach out and start making connections, because at the end of the day, that's going to determine by New Year's Eve. See, you've got 906 connections. Now, when was the first time you went through boot camp?
Last year.
Okay.
Oh, well, no, I'm in boot camp. Oh, you mean the first time, right?
Yeah.
Last year.
Okay, so you've been doing this a year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing this a year, and minimum 5 people a day, 25 people a week, 100 a month,
okay,
you should have at least 1,200 people up there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
so
first and foremost, you have got to somehow find the time to do this. Now, let's see, what are your plans for today? Looks like she's typing back to you. But we
had a whole lot of information going back, Max, and she hadn't updated her information on LinkedIn. So this is one of my classmates.
I see.
From school. So we had a whole lot. So I was looking for, let's see, Barbara.
Oh, wait a minute.
Prustego. I'm gonna write it back. I think she's ready to come in, but I wish I'd had her on.
You know, it's funny. A couple of years ago, I was talking to a young man who was building a Melaleuca business. And he was in a coaching group, and I asked everybody, so how much time are you putting into the business? How much time are you devoting to building your business? He says, well, I'm doing about an hour a day. And I told him, I said, listen, if you really want to be successful doing this, you need to find another hour. You need to find another hour. 2 hours a day, and you're there. Now, he had an upline that was totally unsupportive. And,
Right.
you can't build a business on social media. What are you, crazy? Nobody in our company ever has. And the truth is, a lot of people have. But at any event, he found another outlet. And in our February boot camp, by the time he was done, he had 30 people in his business. He's the example I use of a young man that he lives in Minnesota. He recruits somebody in Vegas. They do a home party. 8 people show up. They do it virtually. And this was, 2 years ago. They do a virtual home party. 8 people show up. 8 people are in the business. His upline comes back to him and says, how did you do that? And he wouldn't tell him. He said, I just know people. So somehow you got to find the time to do this. I mean, otherwise, you're going to creep along. I mean, it comes down to desire. It's kind of like if you had, we got to break for lunch. Okay. Why do we break for lunch? Because you got to eat. Well, this is more important than eating. So you're talking to Barbara, and so you ask her, how is she surviving financially? So she's director of planning, for a sporting goods store. Planning manager. So she's been in retail, but not in the sales part, in the operational side. Okay? Since you're responsible for sales, but there's nothing here about working with people or training people. It's all about making sure that everything is filled up. Right? So right off the bat, I would say that with all the people in retail that would conceivably be interested, that would be looking for a new opportunity, this isn't the best part of retail. Not when there are so many retail salespeople, retail department head managers. So you talked a little too much up here, and we turned it around, and she got an interview. Well, I went okay. It was an initial interview. They said by the end of the week. So this was on the 12th. Well, Saturday was the 17th. It's 5 days later. Okay? So how are you surviving financially? Yes, we're continuing the conversation. However, some time has gone by. You're having a conversation. So if you did this on Saturday, you would have been better off waiting maybe until Monday and said, hey, I hope you had a great weekend. How did your interview go? So, how have you been surviving financially? You just can't ask questions. So she's been out of work since March. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. She's been out of work for 7 months. So what you needed to put here was, hey Barbara, I hope your interview went well. You've been out of work for 7 months. How have you been surviving financially? You're having a conversation. When you do this, when you talk to people like this, question after question after question, You turn a conversation into what appears to be an interrogation, like this. Okay? Question, 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 question. That's what you're doing. Naturally, you're not getting that physical, but you don't do that. All about the other person. All right, so let's take a look at Colleen. Oops. Two L's. Okay. So this time you talked to her was October 8th. Okay? So Colleen did something 12 hours ago. We come up here. She's looking for new opportunity. She was with Nordstrom for 15 years. June, July, August, September, October, November. She's been out of work for 5 months. Visual merchandising manager. Responsible for promotions, the displays. Coaching of 5 visual team members. Okay, coaching, that's good. Now here, she was a regional stylist trainer. Okay, that's what you're looking for. All right? These are the kinds of people you want to talk to. All right? And she wrote back right away, thanks for the connection. He asked her, how long you've been on LinkedIn, how's it working for you? She asked you the same question. What about you? How have you been affected? Okay. So now how has your experience? Okay, so what was it about the job? What did you like the best about your job? Okay. So now, you ask her about what did she like about it? The people. We come back and we say, you know, it's we want to make a comment. So you might say, well, I can see why you stayed with the company for so long. If you can't find a job, this is where you go to the Recruit the Whales document. So if you can't find a job, well, first I would ask her, what kind of job are you looking for? What kind of job are you looking for? When she comes back and tells you, if you can't find a job in that area, what other industries or what other jobs would you consider? But it's not question. You have to ask questions. You have to ask questions. And that's what it's all about. It's all about questions. And we're going to pop over here to Patty. Okay. Okay, so we asked her, what do you make Now, let me unmute Patty.
Good morning, Max.
Good morning. So you didn't get the mail, the link to...
No, I didn't. No.
And you say when you clicked on that one of those tabs on the website, it took you to the wrong date?
Yeah, it was for last week's. That was on the website. So
Right.
when I signed up for it yesterday off the website, it never did send. Well, it sent me something to confirm it, but when I clicked on it this morning, it said it expired.
Hold on a second.
Schedule. So I didn't know what else to do. So thanks for sending that to me.
Well, that's okay. I'm going to make sure that everybody gets something sent out today. And I just muted myself because I was screaming. Okay. So you really, now notice, you see how this conversation's going? It's kind of, you're getting to know the person. She looks up to you. You know, your profile has set, you know, the first thing she said to you was, this is what your profile, a very impressive profile. And so we've had fun with this. And in the process of talking to her, she's using gifts. She wished you a happy birthday. That birthday script is unbelievable. And so now, you know, we're finding out, chiropractic assistant, and she's a personal trainer. But she's looking for a job, and so she's looking for something virtual. Okay, so I've only had, how many people are you training? 2. I never want anyone to live in financial distress because of my training. Okay, my current job search is for a remote chat agent position. This way I can make a decent income, have benefits, and still work with clients. So the job description for what she wants to do is perfect for your business. Absolutely perfect. The fact that she's a personal trainer, again, you're an Isagenix, a perfect match. All right, but she said, if we remember correctly, she really wanted to buy into somebody's course so she could learn how to sell. All right, so now, see you on Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. How much you charge for personal training? So $50 an hour, and she's working with 3 people a week. That's less than, well, 50 people a week. If she worked with them twice a week, that would be $120. Okay, so now I'm worth every penny. So now what we want to do is we want to get her attention. And remember, the best way to do that, you know, everybody, you know, every social media trainer out there talks about posting. Post. Provide value. Well, posting, man, I've been talking about posting for at least 15, longer than that, okay? Even in the old AOL days, we were able to post. So the thing is, it's not about the post. It's about the value that the person on the other end gets from your post. And that either moves your conversation along, creates value, or creates more interest in what you're doing. So what we can do here is we want to send her, this was Tuesday, today it was yesterday. I'm worth every penny. So let's come up here and let's go over Google Images. Quotes about living your dream. Okay? Okay? So let's take a look at this one. Living your dreams is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you that makes you live your dreams. Okay. Sometimes life is about risking everything for a dream no one can see but you. See, Wesley, this one's for you. Okay? When you want to succeed, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I should copy that and send it to you. There are only so many minutes in a day. Have the courage to live your dream. Okay, we're going to take this one. Copy this. Then we're going to come back over here. We're going to send this to her. And then, because I'm worth every penny, okay? So now we're going to come back here. I'm worth every penny. I'm sure everyone that works with you appreciate this with you, except the practice that you work for. And we'll put a little here, wink. And what we'll do is we'll use an image here. A wink. Okay? Now, there's always, you always have the opportunity to throw in a little humor. Okay? So, what I would do here is, I never really understood the meaning of the term anal retentive until working with doctors. So we're going to make her laugh. Because anybody that works with a doctor, and if there are any doctors here who want to apologize, I'm anal retentive too. Okay? So now what we want to do is we want to ask her a question. So, okay, we found out what she does, what she wants to do. And we haven't talked to her about network marketing yet, have we?
No.
Okay? So, she's looking for okay, so, and every once in a while, folks, you got to go back and you got to read the whole conversation. You got to catch yourself up. Remote changing. This way I can make a decent income, have benefits, and still work with clients. So, this was, when was this? This was Saturday. Well, today's Wednesday. Possibly at the end of the week, we could ask, so how was your search for, actually, why don't we do that? How is your search for a remote What was she looking for?
Remote chat position. Is that what it?
Remote chat agent position. How is your search for a remote Now, why are we asking this question? Because what it's going to do, she told you what she was looking for. Now we're going to come back and we want to bring it back. We've gotten enough information about her now. So when she comes back and tells you, well, you know, it's kind of tough. See, if she found something and she was talking to a bunch of people, then the urgency isn't there as much as it would be if she wasn't getting responses. She's basically waiting. I'm still waiting. This is where we could slide right into, Laura, there are many opportunities out there for, there are many opportunities out there that are very similar to remote chat agent positions that you're more than qualified to fulfill. And with your experience as a personal trainer, you could be very successful doing this. What experience do you have with network marketing? You see how we gathered enough information, and now we're customizing our transition to talking about the business. You following me?
Oh, yes.
Okay, you smiling?
Oh, yes.
Right, because see, you're in total control of this. She's communicating with you. You're having a conversation. You're learning about the other person, and she looks up to you. Okay? She looks up to you. And that's why when the conversation moves in the direction where she's going to say, because you know what's going to come up, is, I know all about network marketing, but, I'm not good at sales. This is where we're going to be able to come back and deal with that. See, if she's never been in network marketing, and I can't believe that, she's been in network marketing, she hasn't been successful at it because she doesn't like to sell. So when you come back and you find out, say, how long ago was that? And, she could have already been in your company and not done well. Because whoever brought her into the business didn't teach her, didn't train her. So look, as long as she didn't hate your products or break out from them, then it's simply a matter of, look, unfortunately, most people in this business are not trained. They don't understand the power of social media. You don't have to be good in sales. I've developed a method, a system, where in an hour a day, 2 hours a day, you could be talking to people on here that you knew in advance, needed what you had, appreciated what you have, would love to get into your business, especially, and they'd be very good at it. Now, they don't need a blog. They don't need a funnel. They don't need any of the other crap that's being taught out there. Oh, you got to have this, you got to have this, you got to have this. No. All you need is your Facebook profile, your LinkedIn profile. You go out there and you start talking to people. People that you know in advance need what you have. Rejection is out the window, doesn't exist. And in an hour or two a day, not only could she be doing this, but you're going to show her how to do it on LinkedIn. You're going to show her how, you're going to help her bring 2 people into the business every week, help those 2 people bring in 2, and you're going to help her do it every week, and at the end of the month, she's made $5,000. You think she'd be interested in that, especially if you overcame the primary objection that she doesn't like to sell, she doesn't know how to sell. And the other thing is, Laura, you don't have to go out and you don't have to spend $500 or $1,000 because she can't afford those to go to somebody's training on how to sell. So we gave her something easy to respond to. And when she comes back, if you can come back at 4 o'clock, we'll take a look and see. Because she's going to tell you, it's not happening. Now we're going to jump into the final stage of the process. Now, if we added up all of the time from the initial message that you started on October the 7th, well, today is the 21st. So in 2 weeks, in 14 days, if you added up the time that you spent talking to her, it's less than 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 20 minutes. Spread out over 3 weeks. And now, by the time, the next step, in the next 10 minutes of back and forth, you're going to be in a position where you're going to be able to show her the business. Now, the last time we did a session, now we know how to show them the business.
Mm-hmm.
And last night in boot camp, we gave everybody some new closing strategies that are amazingly effective. I'll shoot those over to you during my break. And so they watch the video, and you just assume the sale. Now, for the rest of you, there are people waiting to talk to you right now. Millions of people are looking for work. Millions of people are clear, obvious prospects for your business. They need what you have, and all you have to do is engage them, pick them out. You design your profile to resemble the type of person they would like to talk to. Look what Laura says to her. Wow, impressive profile. I'd be honored to learn what I can from you. I spent my life feeling like Sisyphus. Okay? Who was Sisyphus? Right there. Whole life pushing things uphill. Now she wants to make a change. And you have the vehicle to make it happen. At the end of the day, when Patty signs this person up in the business, helps her start making money, helps her start becoming successful in network marketing, Patty's going to feel great. The personal satisfaction you get from helping somebody turn their life around is more valuable than the money you make in this business, especially when you keep doing it over and over again. I'm putting in the chat window links to register for our 2-day retreat at the end of, on Friday and Saturday, as well as register for boot camp. So until next time, tonight, 9 o'clock, we're going to be introducing new LinkedIn features. Until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.